Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Uncharted. I'm Mbogalo, and we have...
My name is Fleed.
I am Mecha. Bitty, bitty, bitty.
Alright, so last time we had Drake and Sully break into an old Mayan ruin, and they found that El Dorado was not actually a city, but was instead a coffin, basically. And
Gasp and shock.
Gasp and shock. A city named the Golden Man is actually a golden man? What?
What nonsense is this?
Huh.
And fortuitously enough, they actually did manage to find a rear entrance.
The Spaniards must have made themselves short to get the treasure.
And just think, this rear entrance is right next to the treasure room.
Gasp. It's a
You have
good
to hand it to the Spaniards, though. Hauling out a giant golden idol and saying that there's just this big legendary city of gold is actually a really nice con.
Yeah. And actually, you will see that a recurring theme of pretty much anything related to Sir Francis Drake is a great big con.
Sir Francis Drake was the world's first internet troll.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, there's something you don't see every day. My God.
What a twist!
So my question is, how did the boat get there?
We went searching for El Dorado and we found the Ark instead.
They will actually talk about it a little bit, but basically the theory is that this German U-boat was going upstream or downstream, whatever,
Up the river during flood season.
during flood season.
Let's check it out, huh?
Yeah,
Big
wait,
one
wait,
hell
wait.
of a flood.
Something about
Yeah.
this feels kind of hinky.
So here we are in the
Hanky.
chase of El Dorado,
The jungle before.
I'm being serious, Nate.
and Nate wants to
I tell you what, why don't
look
you
at the
stay here?
U-boat.
I'll check it out myself. I'll call you if I run into any Nazis.
Yeah, right. You do.
Oh,
that.
tell me he runs into
Wait, wait, wait,
Nazis.
wait. Hold on to this for me, will you?
In a sense, he will.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this the hard way.
How? You got to quantify that better. I don't think there's any middle ground between Nazi and not Nazi.
Nazi zombies. We're suddenly playing Call of Duty.
So instead of doing the logical thing and swimming under the water to the other side of the U-boat, Nathan is instead going to climb up this waterfall and shimmy his way across and then come down on the other side.
Sure.
Yeah,
PS3 limitations.
yeah.
Maybe he's thinking that if he goes in under, he won't have enough time to get above water again before he drowns.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I mean, considering, what you told us about Uncharted 2's underwater being the same as being on fire system.
That's in 3, but yeah, pretty much.
Whatever.
Also, wall running. It is an interesting thing to note. If you look very closely, Drake is actually entirely letting go when he switches from hand to hand.
Yeah, I saw that.
I am also very terrible at
He-
this.
He
Unlike
is both the Prince of Persia and Spider-Man at the same time.
yeah, unlike other jumps, there's actually no in-game notice that you are close enough to make your jump when you're doing a wall run like that.
Ah, joy.
So it's just trial and error.
Pretty much, and in some cases, trial and death.
Pretty much the best kind of trials, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too bad. Pretty much, if you are jumping at the end of the run, you're good.
So
That
are
one
you
you can
able
just
to
climb
climb up or readjust your positioning before you start doing the wall run, or do you just do it at the bottom?
No, you have to do it at the bottom. You have to be at the bottom of a rope in order to do a wall run.
Uh, So it's not like in Dante's Inferno where you can just do it wherever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Uh,
This again, PS3 limitations. Oh, and here I just entirely shortcut that wall run. Because you can see just barely below Drake right there that there is another row of handhelds.
Yeah.
The intent is that you are supposed to leap, grab the vine, do a wall run, and then leap to the other one, leap to the lower handhold. Whereas instead, if you just stop, climb, and there I thought I was going to die, but apparently the water was deep enough, so I entirely skipped the descent portion of this little plan.
We're tassing it all up in this bitch.
Oh yeah,
There's that wetness again.
yeah,
That actually is really impressive.
it is.
It is.
The technology behind it is very and he will dry over time too. It's not a very the drying is not as natural as the getting wet part. But
Yeah,
it's,
because he's not nearly as shiny as he was anymore.
yeah, but it is still very impressive.
Nate Nut, king of U-boat.
I'm the king of the world!
Things that were almost expected the first time I got that, the U-boat actually falling. Oh no, Nate overbalanced the U-boat.
Oh, that's funny.
Nate's now king of U-boat. This be nice place for couch.
Okay, I'm in.
What do you see?
Something nasty happened to these guys. There's blood everywhere. And soup.
What?
Yeah, that's my reaction too.
Soup.
Blood and soup. That one doesn't belong there.
Actually, this one scene is probably a good highlight for some of the weirdness in the way Uncharted 1 is animated, because it has a lot of both normal movement animations and scripted animations as you're trying to get around the smaller confines of the U-boat. Also, a Nazi.
Well, it's not what I was hoping for, but, this is thought that counts, I suppose.
Huh. Now where'd you get this, my decomposing friend?
Is that
It
the
certainly
Capitol
takes
building?
one of them.
And while it certainly looks like it, it's not.
I think the trail just got warm again.
How so?
Well, I just met a guy with pockets full of Spanish gold. Only the coins are stamped with a mint mark I've never seen before.
You're kidding me.
Looks like our German friends had a
It's
little...
communist gold.
No, these are Nazis. It's clearly Jew gold. Another thing I was sort of expecting is, considering that much of the U-boat is underwater, that Nate would start a catastrophic flood, but that apparently doesn't happen.
Huh.
He does swim, though.
Very awkwardly.
Yeah. But I think they did do a fair amount of mocap for Uncharted 1, but in Uncharted 2 and 3 they did a lot more. So
Yeah.
Drake and everyone moves a lot more natural. Like you are really going to see, once I start getting into the larger areas of the map, that Drake runs really funny.
I'm in the captain's quarters.
He's full of gold!
Still here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, it looks like he was killed. Ripped to shreds, actually. Oof, what a way to go.
Yeah, sounds terrible.
Because, dying entombed in a U-boat in the middle of
Heart, Sully.
Wherever this is.
South America, I would assume, is clearly a better way to go than getting his throat ripped out.
It's also foreshadowing.
Are you gonna fight a giant cat or something?
No.
Find anything, kid?
UK 2642. UK 2642. Gotcha.
Are you alright?
Sully, you're not gonna believe this.
Try me.
I think I found our missing page.
You're kidding.
Looks like Drake and our German pals were after the same treasure. And I've got the map that's gonna lead us right to it.
Nate, this better not be another wild goose chase. We've got to get something out of this trip or...
Or what?
He's been captured by zombie Nazis.
You there? Sullivan.
He'll be one of them.
Somehow they managed to sneak right past Drake.
They're zombie ninja Nazis.
Clearly. Because we all know that Nazis have their own stash of ninjas.
Could be
They
super
should.
Nazi stealth technology.
You know, German ninjas are the best ninjas.
Clearly.
That's probably bad.
Well, he didn't start a flood.
No, it's he just started a torpedo by accident. Look, he can swim under the U-boat. Funny he couldn't do that before.
Uh,
Hello.
But they're not Nazi zombies.
Hey!
They're
as
British.
far as we know.
Friends of yours, Sully?
I'm Gabriel Roman.
Yeah, I know who you are, asshole.
I don't.
Manners, young man. This is just business.
Get over there. Easy.
Put your hands up.
Hi, they're up.
Interesting thing about the Uncharted series, the British are usually jerks.
So when you told me that you two were on
It's like Jackie Chan movies.
the find of a lifetime, he said. Well,
Is at least I'm trying to remember the main villain of Uncharted 2, but the villain of Uncharted 3 is very much British.
another fool's
Actually, I seem to recall Yahtzee's review of Uncharted 3 mentioning that.
Yeah.
So, I'm afraid the time is up. Unless, of course, you found something in there.
Well, he found communist Jew
might
gold in there.
compensate for all this unpleasantness.
And a mummified
Yeah,
Nazi.
Yeah. And he left it all in there.
Oh, and an active torpedo.
What does a Kriegsmarine map have to do with El Dorado?
What, you think this is a coincidence? The Germans were after the same treasure. That map has something to do with it. So, we square?
For now. But just in case you need a reminder.
Hey, come on, leave him out of it.
Yeah, don't you guys usually just cut off a finger or something?
That's far too vulgar. No, I think this will hurt him a bit more.
Now,
Cutting
whoa,
off the
whoa,
finger
whoa,
is
come
not
on,
British.
whoa. He's got nothing to do.
Sully!
Oh no!
So that's where that torpedo went.
Oh, look, did you see the one mercenary
The guy running.
running towards the entrance instead of away from the ship?
Stop him!
In this scene, I get completely stuck up on the geometry and I can't get back up.
Yeah, you got kind of super died there.
Yeah.
I do like they can't take that many bullets before dying, though.
Yeah. Oh, so for the record, I played this game for this recording. I played on normal. I actually should have played it on hard because the two achievements I have left to get for Uncharted 1 are beat the game on hard and beat the game on crushing, which is the hardest difficulty level. And in order to get
Whoa there,
crushing,
cowboy.
I need to beat the game on hard.
That's for leaving me at the dock.
What the hell are you doing here?
Listen, I'm a good enough reporter to follow a couple of no-luck tomb robbers.
She looks way too hopeful right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're down to one tomb robber now. Sully's dead.
What?
Yeah. And we're next if we don't get out of here.
Oh god.
She her mood changes a lot over the course of the game. Usually not in one direction.
She's bipolar. Or multipolar, I guess.
I'm also very bad at aiming.
Yeah, you combat awful.
Yeah. So, as I was mentioning about the achievements and gamer score, the way it works in Uncharted 1 as well is that your gamer score for unlocking things is tied to your game save, even if you've already unlocked stuff in another save. So, I also spend a lot of time trying to re-accomplish some of my achievements, just to get the unlocks.
One of them is a certain number of headshots, isn't it?
Yeah, one of them is a certain number of headshots. There's also headshots in a row, which I think I get in this video as well. There's also a number of kills with every weapon.
They're shooting at you too, you know.
At this point, I'm honestly kind of finding it hard to believe that you were going to get anything related to headshots.
Well, you know, there's
Games can be forgiving about headshots.
games be a little forgiving about headshots, and there's
I see him.
a number of things contrived to, like, I clearly shot that guy in the neck.
It's close enough to the head.
Oh yeah. And there's enough things about how the game works that some of the kill achievements are actually very easy.
My god, it happened.
Oh, wow, you are actually quite a bit ahead of me. Yeah, that one I got a little earlier than I expected. That's for 5 headshots in a row.
She wanted to get shot in the head too, 'cause she ran right in front of you.
Yep. Since your companions are immortal, shooting them doesn't do anything, so it just wastes bullets.
Stay close, need a shield, you're invincible.
Yep.
Stay close.
Now, an interesting thing about the way ammo works in Uncharted as well is that if you have a weapon, picking up another one gives you like a really low amount of ammo. It's usually like half a clip or a quarter of a clip. If you don't have the weapon already, though, you pick up like a clip and a half.
Tell you later.
Huh. So
How many
does
weapons
it
can you
like
hold?
generally keep track of how many bullets they've got and give you roughly appropriate, or
No, it's always the same amount. How much ammo you get from picking up a weapon is always based on whether you have the weapon already or you don't.
I kind of like to see a game that actually keeps track of the bullets that your enemies fire and still have,
I know.
and when you
yeah.
take them out, they give you the appropriate amount.
I know of a few that do. Like I think Fallout does, but I'm not entirely positive.
Do they? Huh.
To an extent.
To an extent, it does. I know I've seen some games that do to a degree keep track of how much ammo your enemies use, but I'm blanking on recalling them.
Doing that would also imply they can run out, which means, you know, given that AI tends to fire like a
Like stormtroopers.
drunk Texan, or stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a point.
So how many weapons can you hold at once?
2, a small arm, a rifle, and grenades, but grenades don't really count. So, and yeah, one of the weapons will always be a pistol or a pistol-like weapon, and one will always be a rifle or a rifle-like weapon.
Do you get melee weapons in this, or is it just Drake punching everything forever?
Just punching everything forever. Melee is not a big thing in Uncharted 1 and 2. Uncharted 3 actually has a system that's not too dissimilar from Arkham Asylum's, but it's not quite as detailed.
Let's see.
It is very clearly inspired by Arkham Asylum, but it is not. It is not the full system because Uncharted is
Because
still,
Drake isn't Batman.
yeah, because Drake isn't Batman. He is Indiana Jones. And the game is still designed around shooting things and not meleeing things. Even though there are a lot of achievements for meleeing people to death.
That's another game I'd like to see, The Adventures of Batman Jones.
Come on, back this way.
Drake is badass enough that he doesn't even bother using his ledge.
Okay.
Why aren't you doing what the game says? It wants you to vault over the cover and get shot multiple times.
Because I don't want to get shot multiple times.
The game wants you to get shot multiple times. You should do what the game wants.
Nah, it's quite alright.
Quit being a wussy.
Yay, AK-47.
Yep. Or at least an AK-like. Actually, I think they actually even call it basically an AK-47. Now, one thing that's actually nice in Uncharted that isn't in some other games that I've played that are very similar, explosions don't actually go through obstacles. I have played more than a few action games where they do, and it's very annoying. This barricade will block bullets, but not that grenade.
Because, you know, grenades are better.
Clearly.
I do like the little touch that you can actually swing your over-the-shoulder view
Yes.
around.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of third-person games do that, which is very silly and very annoying. It's very good that Uncharted does, especially because the angle can sometimes be really weird.
Yeah. I do like that it seems to at least be able to detect where you'll be able to see better.
It does to
When
a
you initially
degree,
do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was a thug for a moment.
Nathan Drake, woman beater.
And here I am trying to do a brutal combo again.
Hey, you would have done fine if the guy weren't trying to shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for a while, I was not doing too well with brutal combos simply because I was misunderstanding the directions they gave me. So, because it's in the if you remember back in the original tutorial, it talks about pressing the square button after your attack hits. That's actually a bit of a lie. You should just mash triangle, square, triangle over and over again, and eventually you'll do a brutal combo. So if you just keep alternating square and triangle, eventually you'll do one. It's generally not useful anyway.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah, apparently so. So I do have one question. Since your NPC buddies are invincible, if they end up shooting you, do you take damage, or are you invincible from them too?
Do seem to attract the scum of the earth.
I'm actually not sure because I've never been shot by my NPC buddies.
None taken.
Do you have a good memory?
Yeah,
I think
why?
they don't.
You got that?
Yeah, what is it?
It's Creek's marine coordinates. I think I know where the Spanish took El Dorado.
El Dorado.
The problem is, some of the bastards killed Sully. Damn it! If the Spanish found the treasure, they had to move it there, to that island. And Drake followed them.
Well, what are we waiting for? I'll get the story, and you get whatever it is you're after. Come on.
Hey, this isn't gonna be a vacation, you know.
I can take care of myself. Besides, you owe me one.
I suppose I do.
Note that earlier when we were entering the ruins, that was not an open path.
And it's brought us us here to this tiny island in the middle of the
Also,
Pacific
more
Ocean.
flat ocean.
Let's get a closer look. I hope we're the first ones here.
Will we discover the ruins of a forgotten colony and a fortune in Spanish gold? Or does the island have darker secrets in store for us?
Foreshadowing.
Changing the channel.
So just waiting for the big joke at the end that her camera battery runs out before the big climax of the movie.
Oh crap! We're on fire!
Enough with the damn camera! We gotta bail out!
Bail out? Does this thing even have parachutes?
Now would be a good time to look.
I hope these things still work.
I am also very impressed with how Drake's enemies managed to get here. Not only fast enough to be there before Drake, even though he killed his way through a whole whackload of them, but early enough to be able to set up anti-aircraft artillery.
Yeah. I love how Drake's just so uncertain about every aspect of this.
Yeah.
See you on the ground?
Right behind you!
Yeah. Okay.
The bad guys are also gracious enough to not shoot at parachutes. And then Drake realizes he's being an idiot.
Okay. You just jump. Count to 5. Pull the cord. How hard could that be? Oh, crap.
Okay, that is actually fairly entertaining.
I do like the touch that he's completely out of his, you know,
He is really out of his depth.
yeah, out of his depth.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the big thing about Drake throughout Uncharted 1 is that he is really kind of a novice fortune hunter. He is, which is actually kind of funny because in the later games it goes over his backstory more, and he's more experienced about this sort of thing. Unlike as presented in this one.
Leave my map on a burning plane.
So it kind of contradicts him a little bit here, or
A little bit. I mean, I'm not really sure I would say contradict, but it does. When you see, I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I almost physics through the stump. Yeah, it's just kind of it's just a little strange when you see them talking about Drake's backstory and how he and Victor Sullivan met. In any case, that's pretty much enough for this video. So next time we'll get to see Drake go through more of this strange jungle.
see you next time.
Bye, everybody.